Did you know Gippsland's Barry Beach might be the site of Australia's first ever offshore oil and gas rig decommissioning? As Australia moves towards net zero, oil and gas rigs around the country will be decommissioned. It's a process that will take decades. But while environmentalists are pleased to see them go, the massive undertaking of removing these rigs and their concomitant infrastructure from the ocean is leading to a new set of concerns about surrounding wetlands, animal life, and fisheries. The federal government is aiming to decommission the majority of rigs over the next 30 years. This amounts to 5.7 million tons of material that will need to be removed from our oceans and then processed. It's the equivalent of 110 Sydney Harbour bridges. The federal government says the process of decommissioning involves securely plugging oil and gas wells and removing what may be hundreds of kilometres of pipe and flow lines. These steel structures with large production decks embedded in the sea floor will need to be dismantled, and floating oil and gas production facilities and their anchors will need to be removed. The materials will then be transported to ports and dismantling yards, with steel, plastics, and other materials recycled and waste materials sorted, treated, and disposed of safely. But why are we decommissioning offshore rigs? Australia is transitioning away from fossil fuels like oil and gas towards renewable energy as part of the federal government's commitment to reach net zero emissions by 2050 and keep global warming from human-induced climate change below 2 degrees. The Bureau of Meteorology attributes more extreme weather events, such as increases in the number of heat waves, number of days in drought, and dangerous fire days, to rising global temperatures from greenhouse gas emissions. As part of that transition, offshore oil and gas rigs are becoming more redundant. According to ExxonMobil, 13 of its 19 platforms in the Bass Strait are no longer producing oil and gas. ESSO has submitted a referral to the federal government requesting permission to dismantle and decommission these 13 rigs at the Barry Beach Marine Terminal. The submission is the first of 3 that ExxonMobil has to make under the Environment Protection and Biodiversity Conservation Act. The first pertains to preparing a site at Barry Beach to receive the rigs. Friends of the Earth offshore gas campaigner Stanley Woodhouse told the Gippsland Monitor that Friends of the Earth and many other environmental groups, including the Wilderness Society and the Australian Marine Conservation Society, want to see complete decommissioning of offshore oil and gas rigs. But we want it to come out with really strict government oversight, he added, and the community being protected and the environment all being protected, because whatever happens now in Victoria will be replicated around the rest of the country.